What's up, Laker Gang? Mr. Nunley here with your very last math video for NTI. So we are going to be working on the metric system, and that is the system of measurements for capacity, weight, and length that the rest of the world uses. Instead of trying to create all sorts of different things like cups, liters, quarts, gallons, or feet, inches, all of that, it's just meter, liter, and gram with different prefixes. And instead of being all sorts of crazy different numbers, it's just powers of 10. So much easier. So much easier. And that's why the rest of the world uses it. So we are going to learn it with one simple sentence. King Henry demands more dark chocolate milk. So kilo, hecto, deca, meter, or this can also be liter or gram. This is just your measure, deci, centi, and milli. So King Henry demanded more dark chocolate milk. Whenever you work out a problem, you can just write that down. Every single problem, and it will help you out, and it'll make things so much easier. Now, whenever you're working with these, every time you move to the right, you increase by a power of 10. So, whenever you go from, let's say, meter to decimeter, you're moving to the right, so you're going to multiply. Because you're going from a meter to a decimeter. A decimeter is smaller than a meter, so you multiply. Whenever you move to the left, you divide. So, whenever you move to the right, you multiply. Whenever you move to the left, you divide. And we are multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. So if you look over here at the chart, they are going from meters to kilometers or kilometers. They moved to the left, so you're going to have to divide. And it's by a power of 10 for each one that you pass over. So 10, 100, 1,000. So you divide by 1,000. So that's pretty much it. That's how you solve every single metric measurement problem. A lot easier than the other ones. So let's take a look. Using a map, Alex estimates the distance between his house and his grandparents' house to be about 15,000 meters. About how many kilometers away from his grandparents' house does he live? So meters are 1, 2, 3 powers of 10 smaller than kilometers. So that means that there's 10, 100, 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. Since you're converting from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, you will divide. So because we're going to a bigger unit, because we're moving to the left, we divide. There was 3 powers of 10, so 1,000. And that will give you 15. So that means that Alex's house is 15 kilometers away from his grandparents' house. That's how the actual math works out for this. Let me show you a much easier way to do this, though. So you write out, King Henry demanded more dark chocolate milk. We are starting at meter, and we go 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left. So write down what you started with, 15,000. Find your decimal point. If it's not listed, it's at the end. And since we moved 3 spaces to the left up here, let's move 3 spaces to the left down here. 1, 2, 3. That's where your new decimal point is. So 15.000, which is just 15 kilometers. That's all you have to do. So let me show you on a different one. Jamie made a bracelet that is 1.8 decimeters long. How many millimeters long is Jamie's bracelet? So we'll write out King Henry demanded more dark chocolate milk. We're starting with 1.8 decimeters. Make sure that you know the difference between deci and deca. So, deca would be dA. Deci would just be D. Let's start here at decimeters. Remember, decameter is the bigger one, decimeter is the smaller one, and we're going to millimeters. So we go 1, 2 spots to the right. So let's move our decimal point 1, 2 spots to the right. And remember, if you've got a blank space, you put a 0 in it, because otherwise Taylor Swift will write your name in it. Because if you've got a blank space, baby, she'll write your name. So that means 180 millimeters in 1.8 decimeters. And that's really all that we have to do. So, whenever we are converting milligrams to centigrams, decigrams, and grams, we can go ahead and write this out. King Henry demanded more dark chocolate milk. If we're starting at milligrams and we're going to centigrams, we're going to the left. Our number's getting smaller because we are dividing. So it's a smaller unit. Or excuse me, you're moving to a larger unit, so you're going to have a smaller answer. You're moving to a larger unit, so we should divide. So divided by 10, divided by 100, divided by 1,000. So let's see what we've got. We've got 247. So 247 milligrams to centigrams. We move the decimal point once. So we went to the left. Let's move the decimal point once to the left. We've got 24.7. If we were to go to decigrams, we go once, twice, so we move our decimal point once, twice, and you've got 2.47. Can erase that. If we have 247 milligrams that we're changing into grams, remember this middle one is just whatever measure you're using. So grams, meters, or liters. 1, 2, 3. Take that decimal point and go 1, 2, 3 spots over. So 0.247. 0.247. And that's really all you have to do. Hopefully you're realizing just how simple this all is. So, and it's the same thing over here. We have hectoliters to decaliters, liters, and deciliters. So if we have hectoliters, we have King Henry demanded more dark chocolate milk. We are starting right here. So if we're moving to the right to get to decaliters, to get to liters, to get to deciliters, we are being converted to a smaller unit. So we're going to have to multiply each of these. So multiply it by 10, you get 39, 390, 3,900. Because every time we're moving a decimal point, we're multiplying or dividing by a power of 10. So look, hectoliters to deciliters. We move that over, we get 39. To regular meters, or liters in this case, move it over once, 390. Move it over one more time to deci. Move it over again, 3,900. That's really all there is to it. It's pretty straightforward stuff. So again, I will show you this one more time. These are just kind of wasting time that we're doing them. We'll do one more. So we have 8.47. We have liters this time. So King Henry demanded more dark chocolate milk. 8.47. So we're going from liter, remember, liters and grams. That's all in the middle right there. If we're going from liters to deciliters. And we are going to move over one time. Move over one time because it's times 10. Since we're going to the right, we're getting bigger. So you'll get 84.7. We move over 2 times to get to centi. So 847. And to get to milli, we move over one more time. So you throw a 0 there. So 8,470. We are just multiplying. The only thing that you really have to be careful about this is if it's deci or deca. And here's how you know the difference. Deci is just a D. Deca is DA. So that'll help you. Alright, I'm going to do a couple more of these, 3 through 5, with you. And then I want you to do the rest of these. We will go, well, actually just to 8. So, number 3, we have 4,250 centimeters. We're trying to get 2 meters. So we'll go ahead and write out. King Henry demanded more dark chocolate milk. We're at centimeters. And we are going to meters. If that was millimeters, that would be mm. It's just 1 m, so it's just meters. So 1, 2. We moved 2 to the left. So 1, 2. 42.50 centimeters. Or excuse me, 42.5 meters. And that's all she wrote for that problem. I'll just leave this up. So now we have 6,000 milliliters, and we're trying to get to liters. So if we're right here, we go 1, 2, 3. We move 3 to the left, so we go 1, 2, 3 to the left here. And that gives us 6 liters. And finally, we've got 4 decigrams, and we're going to centigrams. So 4, starting at decigrams. Remember, it would be DA if it was deca. We're going to over 1 to centi. We moved 1 decimal spot to the right down there, so we do it here. Fill in that blank space. And we've got 40. So pretty simple stuff. I'm also going to show you how to do number 9. That way you all can also go ahead and do 10 and 11 by yourselves as well. So check this out. All you have to do is the exact same thing, just convert them both to the same units. So we've got hectograms and we've got kilograms. Let's just always change the first one. How about that? So we'll change our hectograms to kilograms. We've got 32, starting at hecto, going to kilo. We moved our decimal point 1 time to the left. So let's move this decimal point 1 time to the left. And you got 3.2. 3.2 is equal to 3.2. Alright, so go ahead, and what I want you to do is work out 6, 7, 8, 10, and 11 for me. Right, so hopefully this is what you got. So for number 6, 7 grams, you'd start in the middle since it's grams. Remember, this is going to be grams, liters, and meters. We're going to milligrams, so 1, 2, 3 to the right. We move your decimal 1, 2, 3 to the right. Kilometers to meters, again, that is 1, 2, 3 to the right. So we moved our decimal point 1, 2, 3 to the right. And then number 8, we have milliliters, which is over here at the very end. We moved from milliliters to deciliters. Remember, deca would be D-A-L, so that was 2 to the left, so we moved our decimal point 2 to the left. Number 9 we did together. Number 10, we changed kilometers, 6 kilometers, to meters. And again, 1, 2, 3, there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. We moved our decimal point 1, 2, 3 to the right as well. And number 11, milliliters at the very end here to centiliters. That is just a 1 bump, so we moved our decimal point 1 time to the left as well. So let's check out number 12 and 13 together. Alright, so let's handle number 12 and 13. So 12 says, are there less than a million, exactly a million, or greater than a million milligrams in 1 kilogram? So let's check it out and see. If we've got 1 kilogram, let's see what we're going to have to do to get that to a milligram. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll move our decimal point, which is at the end here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Throw a 0 in each of those spaces. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. Lo and behold, that is exactly 1 million. And then for number 13, it says Parker ran 100 meters, 1 kilometer, and 5,000 centimeters. How many meters did he run altogether? So let's just turn all of these into meters. 100 meters, that's already in meters. Now we've got 1 kilometer. So to get from kilometers to meters, we go 1, 2, 3. So let's go 1, 2, 3. And that is going to be 1,000 meters. And then we've got 5,000 centimeters. So let's go from centimeters to meters. Oops, that is 1, 2. So we move it back. 1, 2. So we've got 50 meters there. So we all add all that together, we get 1,150 meters for number 13. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. Once you remember that little magic phrase, King Henry demands more dark chocolate milk. Remember, this is also liter and gram. Then you've pretty well got all of these figured out. So what I want you to do is 14 through 18. So I'll give you a little hint on each of them. 14, Kelly made 1 batch of raisin and pretzel snap mix. How many grams does she need to make 2 kilograms? Well, you know the raisin and pretzel snack mix is 1,425 grams. It's a horrible circle, but you can read. So you just need to see how much more 2 kilograms is than that. So change kilograms to grams, then compare. Number 15, she wants to find out which will hold more juice, 8 cans or 2 bottles. Well, you need to see if 8 cans, which each can holds 150, or 2 bottles, which each one holds 2 liters, which one will hold more. Number 17, you just need to find out who jumped higher, so change them both to the same unit. And for number 18, you need to take that millimeter and turn it into centimeters. Alright, go ahead. What I need you to do is pause the video and then figure these out for yourself to check. Alright everybody, so let's see how you did. I have all of the work here on the page for each one, and I circled which problem goes with each bit of work. For 14, you'll need 575 grams. 15, and well, you can read the answers. You can pause it and you can check out the work to see what I did. I just moved counted how many spaces over on the chart, and I moved the same number for my decimal. For 14, I moved 3 spaces to the right on my chart, so I moved 3 spaces to the right with my decimal. It really is that simple, guys. Don't overthink it. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to contact me to ask me any questions you might have. But until then, I hope this video was able to help you all, and I hope you have a great day. Peace out, everybody. Keep it 212, and thank you for watching.